You ready?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Heather and Cathy from the Knot House in Frederick, Maryland, and this is podcast number 23.
It is. This is Wednesday morning, April 3rd.
So right about a week since you got back from Edinburgh.
A week since I got back from Edinburgh. She said I could talk about it for just a little bit. So until she cuts me off, I'm going to talk fast. It was fabulous. The weather was great. Not quite as cold as it was last year. There were some days that you didn't have to wear a coat. You needed a sweater.
You didn't get any snow.
We didn't get any snow this year. No. Did kind of miss rain, but you know how it is in Edinburgh. It rains, and then the sun comes out, and then it rains, and then, you know.
You don't have a thing on.
I know. I let you be the star today. The Fiber Festival was fantastic. I do want to say that it just warms my heart, the people that came up to me and talked about the podcast and how much they liked it. I was talking to one of the hand dyers and, you know, trying to smooge a little. And the woman that was working with her said, well, you've told her all about you, but you didn't tell her you had a podcast. And she was from Germany. And she was kind of funny. Can I tell what she said?
No.
Anyway, she was funny and said that she watched our podcast. So I was totally surprised. I met Helen from Glasgow, who was just a hoot, and she's been messaging me back and forth since then. And I do appreciate, she said she just watched last year's EYF and said that 1 Victoria Street she would come and work for free.
But she knows that was last year's, and that 1 Victoria Street we know is
now rented.
So what is in it? Because I don't think I could tell from the picture you sent me.
The wizard picks the boy. So that is a kind of a chain of Harry Potter, because there were several across the city. We ran into several, but I got to go in it.
But what's in it? Just Harry Potter stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got to go in it. It would have been perfect. Perfect.
Did you talk to the owner and say you wanted it?
No. No, I did not. But I did find another spot over in Newtown, across from the...
I don't think it would be the same, do you?
It was right across from the Balmoral. It was on Princess. Maybe.
So you said it was really, really crowded.
EYF was really, really crowded. It really was. It was, I'm sure, great for all the vendors. We got our table like we do and sat. I did get some Victorian cake, but they were out of it on Sunday and I was very disappointed. We got our table, and then some would go and look and some would sit.
Right.
And then when it got too crowded, we were all there for a while till it kind of calmed down. But they did a great job of letting people in and out, and they really did.
And you went all the days, right?
Yes, I went all 4 days. Benita and I did. We were the only ones of our crowd that went all 4 days. But it was even crowded on Sunday, much more so than it was last year.
Are you gonna tell anybody about the yarns that you might be?
I am getting Little Gray Sheep that she's committed to. The other ones I'm still working on.
Okay.
But
So what is Little Gray Sheep? What is that one about?
It is a non-superwash, really pretty, done in 20-gram skeins. So it's perfect for color work, where you just need a little bit of a color.
But it's non-superwash.
But it is non-superwash.
So are you only going to get the 20 gram skeins?
For now.
Is it DK weight or fingering weight?
It's kind of sport, so you could make it fingering or it would work with either in color work. 24 colors, I believe, and I'm going to get all of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, Emma was really nice.
So then she came back, and then she was jet lagged, and her allergies kicked in.
They did, but I feel much better this week than I did last week. So that's good.
Because we don't have time
There's
for
no
anybody
time.
to feel good,
No.
not feel good.
That's true. One other thing, we went to the Balmoral for tea, and it was fabulous. If you could have seen, so the teapots are sitting here on the table, right? And the girl that's pouring them is up here with the water.
Well, doesn't it splash everywhere?
No, she was really good.
So if you're not good, it's going to splash everywhere?
It could splash.
So it's an art.
It's an art.
It's an art.
It could have made a total mess, but she did not. It was a nice show. The Grove last year was really nice.
But the
this
Balmoral was...
probably nicer. Yeah. So it was good. It was good. And thank everybody for stopping me, and it just always does my heart good to know that people around the world watch us, and it apparently is around the world. So
Well, that's the
thank
cool
you.
thing about YouTube and
I know it
and,
is.
you know, the internet, right?
So people would, come up and just say, I watch you from Denmark. I watch you from Amsterdam. It was kind of nice.
So while she was gone, I was here.
Dyeing yarn.
I was dyeing yarn, but I didn't get as much done as I wanted to.
Yeah.
That's always the case.
Yeah. Carissa kept the shop and did a good job.
And we got some yarns in while you were gone.
We did. We got Autumn and Indigo. You want to show some of that?
Sure. So this is the 100% superwash Merino DK, because
All the sweaters are in DK.
I know. See,
Well, not all of them.
some people are ahead of their time and said that we needed more DK, and now we have all the DK.
You were 5 years ahead of your time.
Maybe not quite 5, maybe 4.
Can I just say that?
Well, anyway.
At the time.
So, well, I don't know how many colors we've got, but we've got several solids and
I think we've got-
several variegateds and speckleds to go with
the solids.
with the solids.
I think
So
we've got 20 colors.
yeah, so this is Winter Bloom, and this one's Phlox, and then of course I like this green Euclid. And
There's just a tremendous amount of combinations.
yeah, Copper Mountain. That's a good name. Copper Mountain and Euclid. So those are really pretty.
I think it's 235 yards.
That's good yardage.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, so we've got tons of combos of this. And we got Magpie in,
We did.
right?
Swanky sock.
Swanky Sock.
We did.
You can see that on the kind of behind us there on the wall, a little bit
We
of
got
it.
that in this week. No, maybe it was last week.
Seems like there was something else we got in. Autumn and Indigo,
No, I think that's all.
Magpie. Oh, you got Julie Osselin in.
I got Julie Osselin in yesterday.
Did you get any new colors?
I got a couple new colors, but her new colors I got all of. She didn't send in this shipment.
She's sending that before the pop-up.
Well, yes. Yes.
Because you added to the order or something and
Right.
messed her up?
Yeah. Because she was dying while we were gone.
Okay.
And she released the colors while I was gone.
Right.
So when I got back, I immediately said,
We
is
need
it
these
too
colors.
late?
Yeah.
And she said, no, it's not too late.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
So the other thing is she prefers to send smaller boxes. Something about customs.
Oh. Okay.
So
So, and you got Fino and DK in?
I did. I
Okay.
did. Fino really looks good because some pretty colors.
So should we,
Why don't you talk about what you've got on?
well, this is my other mother made this, Benita.
I'll have you know she was passing your cards out at EYF and saying, I'm not Heather, but I'm Heather's other mother.
We got a couple of comments on Instagram about that. But why, I don't know why she says, I said something was it the podcast that she watched, the last podcast, and she decided that she was my other mother. So
Well, it was because you said she was your personal knitter, and I am not.
no, I said she's just faster than you. I said
That
you
was
were
an
too.
That was an afterthought.
Yeah, I had to backtrack a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So anyway, so this is Almond and strict pattern. I'll stand up. I had seen this. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not that old of a pattern.
But you said you liked it.
I liked it.
And you thought with all the cables, Bonita would like it.
It's got these. Can you see the little cables there
Kind
on
of
the
randomly.
sleeve? Yeah. So she did this in. It's called Desert, by the way. She did this in Diamond Sock in That Kind of Girl. So that is, it's, you know, it says pinky cherry red. It's not red, it's not pink. It's in between.
It's kind of cherry.
Yeah. So I really like it. And it fits really well. It's a little different because it's got the V-neck.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of sweaters really have V-necks.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
So I remember when I was in at Vogue, I thought this was an Isabel Kramer.
You did.
Talk about embarrassing moment that you know, and Isabel said, I don't do any V-necks. And I go, yes, but you did this one. Anyway.
Speaking of embarrassing moments with Isabel, I was wearing my Ramblin' Woman sweater.
Yeah.
And Bonita had on an Isabel Kramer sweater. But she had said it was a Hohe sweater, so I wasn't sure. But it was Isabel. And we walk up to her, and I didn't introduce Bonita, and I should have. But Isabel commented on her sweater that she really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And after she walked away, Bonita said, why would she comment on my sweater when you got that sweater on and she didn't even look at you? And I said, that's Isabel Kramer. She says, is it? I said, isn't that an Isabel Kramer you've got on? You said it was a Hohe, but isn't it Isabel? She said, it is Isabel. Oh my, and I didn't even, so we saw Isabel Kramer later.
Did she explain herself?
She explained herself. I introduced her, and there was a little bit of redemption there.
Yeah.
But she did not even look at me. But
Yeah.
she knew that was her sweater, and it was really pretty. It was purple. It was really pretty.
So do you remember how many skeins of yarn?
3.
3 in the diamond sock. It's got a little bit of mohair, so it has a little bit of loft to it.
Stitch
What size
definition.
did she do for me? 44 bust?
Probably a 44 bust, yeah.
Maybe 42. I don't know which way the sizes are because I don't have the pattern
I
printed.
think it's 44.
But 3 skeins, that's not bad.
No.
So, but yeah, so...
Well, the sleeves, you know, when you're looking at Caitlyn's sweaters, her sleeves are big and poofy, so they take more yarn.
Right. Well, hers are done in DK, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right, so then this one's fingering.
This one's fingering.
So it's, you know, there's more yardage in a fingering skein. So it's not going to take as much. So that's what I'm wearing today. About what you were knitting on at Edinburgh while you're on your trip. Because she wasn't working on my Elton. She said she was going to. And I don't think you finished Damie's cowl pattern, did you?
So let's talk about what I was working on at Edinburgh, okay? This is Black Thorn, and I had started it, made the mistake of starting it right before I left.
This is the one that she kept on and on about. Did I dye her any yarn? Have I dyed the yarn yet?
It is absolutely gorgeous, I know.
Welcome back.
Thank you. All right. So it's a little different. It has eyelets up at the top. Can you see those?
Yeah, but I'm sure they can't see them. Right.
And then it has a row of eyelets.
Those you can see.
And then down here, there's eyelets in between the diamonds. And then another row of eyelets right where you slit for the sleeves. So when you pick up the stitches, it's right on the edge of the eyelets for the sleeves. I'm using Yosalda's blend number 1 that we got in Edinburgh when you and I went.
The first time.
I had started a Hohe sweater with it, and it was going to be too small because when we went that time, I was at my thinnest, and I have not been that thin since. So I just ripped it out, which is always kind of a hard thing
So
to
is
do.
this a fingering weight? It's really soft.
Sport, kind of.
Okay.
So it is Merino, Polworth, and Zyballs.
Okay.
And the black that's in it, the little fleck of black, that's the Zyballs. It's a Z.
Okay.
So I am a 1/2 inch from starting the ribbing at the bottom. It's got 4 inches of ribbing at the bottom, and it has a cable in it.
Well, it's got the cable in the sleeve cuff too.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
And those sleeves are kind of big, right?
They're really
very
big.
and blousy.
Yes, they are. Now, in the picture,
So you really haven't done any modifications.
I have not, but my row gauge was different.
Okay.
My stitch gauge was on, but my row gauge was shorter. So in the picture, it looks like the armholes are dropped more. I tried it on yesterday, and they're dropped a little bit on me, but not a lot.
So are you going to have this done for the pop-up?
I'm giving myself 2 weeks to work on it, and then I've got to have your Elton finished. So I will spend the last 2 weeks working on your Elton.
You think it'll take you 2 weeks to finish the Elton?
No, but I'm giving myself 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't want to, I told you I'd have it finished, and I will.
And so this color is, what is it again? Such a Flirt?
Yes.
Such a Flirt, which...
Is a raspberry color.
It's not that much different than
That kind of girl.
that kind of girl. It's just a little more purple.
It is. It is. And since we don't have this yarn, and I don't hardly ever knit in yarn we don't have, there are a couple of substitutes. You could use Diamond Sock for it. You want to hold those up since your arms are longer?
So you're just saying that this would be a pretty color combination?
I
Mom?
do think that would be a pretty color combination.
What, with the blue for the, yeah, and then the off-white? So
Yep.
this is Tea Stain, and then this is Fiesta Blue, which is kind of a purpley blue.
This would also look good with it.
And this is Her Majesty, which is a pretty purple.
But you could also use Wilder.
And this is a private label spin cycle yarn.
And it comes in 2 colors.
And this is actually sport.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, so this would be pretty too with even a lighter color with it. So that you reverse the contrast.
It would.
So the Wilder is, how many
spin
grams
cycle.
is this, Mom?
It is 50.
200 yards.
They don't do grams.
Oh, they don't show the grams. Okay.
But it's 200. It's 50 grams.
Okay. So it's 200 yards, and we have a good amount of this.
I've got a.
Oh yeah, you got a whole cubby. Yeah, that's great.
I do.
Okay.
So that would be a good substitute for it too.
And this is also a non-superwash yarn because this is a non-superwash.
Yes.
Mine, of course, is superwash that she used for the color part. And what was it designed in? What did she design? She designed it in her yarn, right?
Yes. She's Wishbone.
Which is that do you know if she did it in a superwash?
No, I think it's a non-superwash.
Is it? Okay.
It's probably her wool and linen, if I am not mistaken.
So what do you think about doing this one after doing like all the Caitlyn ones that you've done, and this is a different designer? As far as the pattern goes.
Very well written. I've had no problems with it. Chart was good. I like the way the increases, I think, lay flat. I tried it on yesterday, and it fits. It's very
true to size.
Yep. You know, the eyelets are a little different, and I do not normally catch my floats, but that was a long way.
Yeah.
And on the top here, you had yarn overs to boot. So, but I did catch my floats, but they laid pretty flat. I've just steamed it. She's a good designer.
Yeah, it's a pretty pattern.
A little different.
Yeah, I like the diamonds.
The diamonds, the eyelets, Now Caitlyn does some eyelets like this too.
She also does the cables. Caitlyn does the little cables too.
She did the cables in the Guthrie. Sized, it's a little because the shoulders, the armholes are dropped a little.
Yeah.
So it's a little, but it's good. I would do another one of hers.
What size are you doing for you?
I'm doing a 50.
Okay.
And I think it calls for 12 to 14 inches of positive ease. And of course, I never do that much positive ease.
Yeah.
It's still big.
Right.
But.
Okay.
So yeah, I hope to have it finished. I'm a half an inch. I really am not even
She's going to have it finished. We know she's going to have it finished.
Well, it's only been 2 weeks.
Well, that's only 2 things you're working on.
Yes. So.
Unless I give her something else.
Right.
Which I've been looking for.
She can't find anything, so it's a good thing. All right. So.
Okay.
Then, Carissa finished the Danta Caitlyn's cropped sweater.
This is the one we showed with the different colorways on the last podcast.
And mine was finished.
Yeah, and yours was finished. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Probably over there. Yeah.
So these colorways is the Appeal, which is the dark teal. Stay Calm is the blue. And then Birthday is the speckle.
The variegated speckled, yeah.
And Tink's Pink is the pink. Now, Carissa didn't do it.
She didn't do it quite as short as the original, but she didn't do it as long as you.
Right. She did 9 repeats. And I did 14.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's smaller, though.
Yeah, and it'll come right at her waist.
So these are little eyelets here, right?
No.
No?
That's just the way the increases are.
Oh, okay.
Which gives that a different look.
It's a very springy look, the colors.
I think she'll have it
It's
on.
kind of matchy-matchy with the little pinks. Me and pink. The pink in that one. It's all the same reds.
So, she's going to wear that at the pop-up shop.
Okay.
And you're going to have kits for that, right?
I hope so. I've dyed up yarn for it.
Good. Okay.
Unless you rob them.
She gets mad.
Well, I thought I was done with the DK, and then I came up with another color while you were gone. So I came up with a lavender gray. Mom told me we needed some grays that weren't blue. So I don't know.
And it's not really.
It's not blue.
It's not really lavender either. I mean, it's a good gray.
It's a good gray. It's a good gray. It's kind of like a sterling gray. It has just a touch of lavender in it. A touch of like maybe, I was going for like a silvery metal. Okay, if I'm going to be honest, I have lavender raw silk window treatments in
your dining room.
In the sitting room. And you know how when raw silk has got that little fleck of black in it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They got the little bumps. Anyway, it's a really pretty color. Sometimes they look lavender, sometimes they look gray.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I was going for. And this was as close as I could get. So I've named it Deco. But anyway, my point was that now I have to dye
more.
I don't have any DK in Deco. So I thought I was done with the DK and I was just doing sock. But that's not true. And I have to come up with a special colorway for the pop-up, and then I'll have to do that in the DK once I figure that out, which I haven't figured out yet. So I do have another color though.
Have you named this one?
I've got some ideas, and see, I'm afraid to say it here on the podcast because that means I'm kind of committed to it if I say it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I haven't named it. I will say that it is, I don't think I even told you this, the pillows that are on my bed.
Oh, that's the colors in your pillow, yeah.
That's where I got the combos from. So, it's a little bit blue, it's a little bit pink, it's a little bit brown, a little bit green. So this was
I've had
this is a new technique that I used. And this is just, I haven't actually dyed it on DK or my sock. This is my R&D sock that I use for testing. So, and then this will go in the R&D bin when I recreate it. But
I have it sitting back next to Teal Your Heart, which is the real dark teal. And it is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, it goes with a lot actually, because I've got the pink in there. So I have to recreate this, and then this will be one that's at the pop-up. And I'm hoping that we can do one more podcast before the pop-up. I know I'm gonna freak out. I'm already freaking out about the pop-up. I do this every year, and I get very testy because I'm nervous. And it'll probably be worse this year since I have to, since I'm showcasing my yarn as well. So anyway, I hope to do another podcast, and then I will name this one, and then maybe I'll have the pop-up shop colorway figured out too. I have a whole nother idea that I want to do, but I don't know if I can do it or not, so I can't talk about it, because once you talk about it, you have to do it. So
okay.
Maybe I can work on it this afternoon, because I don't think I have a list of things to dye for you today.
No, you don't.
So what else? Oh, this was another one that I finally figured out. This is Honest Abe, and I had done this one a long time ago when I first started dyeing, and it was kind of a coppery color. My goal was to get it the color of a penny, but I didn't. Anyway, I had to perfect it, and I think I'm happy with it the way it is. It's actually got light and dark in it at the same time. And this is Honest Abe. So I have to dye that one in DK too. I don't have that in DK.
Okay.
So, what else are we going to talk about?
A couple things about the pop-up. Now, we'll post it everywhere too, but that Friday, we're closed until 3:30 for the early birds.
Right. And we always get people that are upset because they're coming for Maryland Sheep and Wool, and they come to the shop and they don't realize that we're closed because they're not regulars, or they haven't come before on that week. So,
or we haven't posted it enough to let everybody know.
So the Knot House is closed on Friday the 3rd, May 3rd, until
3:30 for the early birds, and then everybody else will come in at 5.
And we're open till 9.
And we're open till 9.
Right.
And then Saturday, and I don't know what I was thinking, but we open at 9 to 7.
Well, we do that so that people can come before they go to Maryland Sheep and Wool if they want to.
I know.
Well, we've done it that way every year.
I know.
Oh, so you're saying you don't know what you were thinking about 4 years ago when we did it?
Yes, because 4 years ago when we did it, I didn't know.
What you know now.
I didn't know what I know now. And then Sunday it's 10 to 5.
Yeah. Well, we manage.
We do. We make
And then we fall out afterwards.
Right. Right, we do. Do you want to talk about the early bird tickets?
Well, we can. Hopefully I get this video up pretty quickly. I'm off today and tomorrow, so I should be able to get it up before the tickets go on sale.
But they will go on sale Saturday morning at 10 o'clock.
Yep. So.
And you get them online, and it's underneath classes and events.
Right, on knothousyarns.com.
Yes.
On our website.
And
all right, I'm sorry. So say that again. It's under what?
Classes and events.
Okay.
And you need to make sure for shipping, you press in-store pickup so it doesn't charge you shipping.
Okay. How much are they?
$30.
Okay. We have 45 tickets.
45 tickets.
And with that, you get a goodie bag.
That I'm working on.
Yeah, that we've got stuff for.
Yeah.
So that'll be Saturday morning. What is that? The 7th, Mom, or the 8th?
6th.
The 6th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, the 6th.
And that is Eastern time.
And that's Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
10 o'clock.
So, we also,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we also, got some Ribbon Street bags in just to like totally change segues. So
they just came in last night.
They just came in. I can't wait to put these in the case because Mom's case is empty. So we got project bags like this that everybody has always liked. This is a fun springy one. And then you also got the big KP bags.
I did.
Which are the larger knitting bags. Doesn't this have a larger handle?
No.
No? This is the one. This is, okay.
We're out of them, so you can't look at it.
Yeah. And then this has got the nice slick fabric on the inside so that it keeps your yarn smooth. Mom picked out a couple. This is a cute one.
That's a new one.
The owl with the blue and the little dark blue butterfly. Can you see that little butterfly? So these will be on the website later. They'll also, of course, be at the pop-up if we still have any left. You got a fair amount.
I did.
Yeah.
But we've been out of them, so.
Yeah. I just love her fabrics. And we've carried Ribbon Street for such a long time.
We have.
Yeah. So she's good to us. So anyway, so those will be up.
By the time she gets this up, they'll be on the website.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other special stuff. Do you need Paul to do the cookies again for the pop-up?
I need him to remind me the name of the bakery.
Because you ordered them last time?
Yeah, I think Paul may have picked them up.
Because he's going out of town.
Yeah.
What other goodies are we doing? Any do we have any other surprises or anything?
Well,
I mean, everybody will have their special colorway.
And Jess from Olan is launching a new.
Oh, that's right. She posted that picture. She's launching a new yarn here.
New base here. So that'll be fun. And I don't know what all the other girls have got going on.
Yeah.
But there'll be lots of fun stuff, new stuff.
So it'll be here before you know it. We have how many weeks?
I think it's 4 weeks from Friday. It's the kind of thing that keeps you up at night because you can't do it yet. So
but you think about it.
I think about, moving the couch, moving the furniture, moving the yarn. And in my head, you've got all these things that you've got to do, but I can't do any of it.
Yeah, you can't do it till the day of, the day before.
The grid walls have to come down from the attic.
Yep.
The legs have to, all of the behind the scenes, which is why we're closed on Friday.
Right.
Is everybody has to get set up. So I hate that for the people that are in from out of town, but we're open long hours all weekend.
Right.
And everybody can come in at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
On Friday night.
And Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So, won't be long.
All right.
All
so,
right.
I guess that's it.
That's it for today, I think.
Like I said, we'll try to do one more.
Thing.
Oh, what?
I ate haggis. I had sticky toffee pudding.
I know, and she had the bourbon drinks.
No, the warm port and honey.
Oh, port and honey.
Everybody had the warm port and honey. And
everybody's
liked
hooked.
The warm port and honey.
I saw that you got the recipe and you know how to do it.
I do.
But have you had any?
No.
It's not
the same.
Yeah.
No. If I have to make it for myself at home, no. It's kind of but we all had a really good time with the warm port and honey. And everybody, maybe not everybody, Helene really liked the sticky toffee pudding. So I just had to let you all know that I did eat it. And
we're back on the diet.
Yeah, it's a no carb April.
Oh.
So
I didn't do it. I was good yesterday with no carbs.
Good.
How were you?
You told me you were going to keep up with your carbs and I could keep up with my carbs.
I did. She was fussing at me about hummus having carbs in it.
I was right, it has carbs.
Yeah, but it only has 4.
So at that point she looked at me and said, I'll keep up with my carbs and you can keep up with your carbs. And I said,
that's what anybody would say.
With a smile on my face, I will remind you of that when you ask me. So.
Fine. All right, we're digressing.
But we ate extremely well in Edinburgh.
I'm sure.
But we could not get back to Brody's second night. On a Monday night, there was a 45-minute wait.
Of course.
Because they do have the best haggis and best sticky toffee pudding. I tried to find it somewhere else as good, but it wasn't. And it's because they have the dark ale gravy for the haggis. Everybody else has a whiskey gravy, and it's a creamy gravy versus the dark. So I just wanted to let you all know that because I know you were worried about it.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Thank
you
you.
for watching. You can find us at www.knothousyarns.com. You can find us on Instagram as the Knot House, or is it Knot House Yarns? It's Knot House Yarns, I think. And you can find us on Ravelry as the Knot House and Facebook as the Knot House. Yeah. So, bye, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.
Bye.